Hey playmates, welcome back to the clubhouse. I know it's been a hot minute. As you guys can tell from my previous videos, I have been very busy studying. So yes, you guys. So I finally have a little break and I'm catching up on my videos. It's so good to see you guys again. The locks are locking, as you guys can tell. So happy new year, happy 2024. So 2025. I keep doing that, you guys. I'm not used to saying 2025 yet. Happy 2025, y'all. And so with the new year comes my yearly wrap up, my top 24 of 2024. So yes, you guys, I read 100 books last year and I felt really 102 books last year and I felt very accomplished. It felt really good. It's not about the numbers, but it just feels good to just know that I did that, and it was really fun. And I read a bunch of really good books of quality last year, so this made this video really hard to make. I had to really sit down and think and digest and be like, okay, which ones really made me, I can remember everything about this certain book, remember the feelings. So here we go. I got it all on my little notes right here, so let's get started. So the first one, and y'all, this one was actually really surprising to me. I literally read this book in like the last weeks of December, so the fact that it made it to number one is ridiculous. But it is Storm, Dawn of a Goddess by Tiffany D. Jackson. So this was my first book by Tiffany D. Jackson, and it will not be my last, y'all. The way that she wrote this book and ate and left no crumbs, out of this world. At first I thought it was going to be an actual comic book, but it turns out to be, I think, 300-page long book. And I ate up every single page. I don't know, it just took me to a place where I didn't even know I could go. Like, it was so amazing. I love Storm, I love Marvel, I love superheroes, so I guess that's why I loved it so much. But just the hidden messages, even though it was, fantasy and about superheroes, it was still about real life problems. And I feel like every black girl should read this book. The messages of just loving yourself, being confident, being proud, and standing up to be unique, even if you embrace your differences. If you have to stand out in the crowd, stand out in the crowd proudly and boldly. And that's pretty much, I guess, it's the best time for me, because I do go to a university in Mexico, so I stand out, and I don't know, it just felt so just empowering and powerful. And the Storm is such a powerful superhero, and it was so cool. Also, we get a mention of a very famous superhero in the Marvel universe appears in this book and makes I don't know, I just was crying when this one character made an appearance, so I won't spoil it. But Miss Tiffany D. Jackson did such an amazing job with this book. It was so just detailed. I felt like I was right there, like I needed to be a movie. Hopefully Marvel makes it into a movie, because yes, it was that good. It just gave me all the good feelings. And I don't know, I just loved following young Storm on her journey of like knowing how to embrace her powers, and just the tragedy that she had to go through when she was younger. And then I love the romance in this book. We kind of had a love triangle going on. The romance was romancing. It was just so good, y'all. 5 stars. Also, we get kind of this exploration of Africa, and mainly like Egypt, and all these different places were mentioned, and it was just so cool. Yes. Okay, let me move on. Number 2, Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. Y'all, you guys know I love Miss Leigh Bardugo. I've read all of the Shadow and Bone books. And then I read Ninth House. I just love Leigh Bardugo. Her writing is just so magical and lyrical, and I just love it. And so The Crooked Kingdom is the second book of the duology of Six of Crows. So I really enjoyed Crooked Kingdom. I think it was a really good second book, a good wrap up. It made the way I sobbed at the end, though. I was like, Miss Leigh Bardugo, you did not have to do that to me. You did not have to do that. If you know, you know. But I really was bawling my eyes out. I was like, girl, why? I was so devastated. My heart broke. I said, you did not have to do that to me, Miss Leigh Bardugo. But and I still look at the fan art for Six of Crows. I love Mr. Dirty Hands. I love Nina, Matthias, the whole gang. Just so cool. And I just love it. But like I said, I was sobbing. The third book I have on my list is All the Lies, which is book number 4 of the Mine F series by St. Abbey. The Mine F series as a whole was just that girl, okay? It was that series. I thoroughly ate that series up. It was very, just, if you want very trauma filled book with a lot of toxicity, with serial killing going on, then this is your series for you. If you like the more darker books, then this is definitely for you. Check your trigger warnings with this series. But book 4 of the MF series is probably my favorite. That's when things really heat up, the secrets start to really unveil, and I'm just like, ooh, how is this one character going to react to this? So it was really getting very intense by book 4, and I was just like, oh my gosh, girl, Lee, hold up. You know, it just had me at the edge of my seat. And I feel like this is all across the board. A lot of my other book friends love the Mine F series as well. I wish I could just read it again. It was that good. I wish I could just like erase my brain and jump back into it. It was really, really good. Or read it all over again if I had the chance. Book 4 will be This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. So I read both Before I Let Go, which is the first book, and then the second book is This Could Be Us, and I enjoyed This Could Be Us 100 times more than Before I Let Go. This Could Be Us was filled with the drama, okay? It was filled with the chaos. It had me at the edge of my toes, and my mom and I actually did a TikTok talking about how crazy This Could Be Us was for us in the moment, and she responded to us on our TikTok, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it was a little fangirl moment. But yes, This Could Be Us was wow. I really enjoyed Soledad's story. That man, he needed to be just he was just sleazy, just get the Clorox wipes, do not, like, ew. But yeah, I definitely recommend This Could Be Us. I recommend also Before I Let Go, but that Before I Let Go, I don't know, it was also good, but I just really thoroughly enjoyed This Could Be Us way more better because it just had more of that drama that I like in romance books. I don't really like a straight romance book. I like more darker elements included into it. I like it, kind of like the romance to be on the back burner, to be honest. And yes, number 5 was Ace of Spades by Faridad Abiki. Sorry if I mispronounced, but this book, this one took a toll on me, y'all. This one took a toll on me. It had me gasping. My mom actually finished the book first, so when I would come to her with my theories of what was happening, because it was really you trying to figure out, you know, who is doing this to these, like, the only 2 black kids at this university. And it's just the theories. I was just like trying to plot. I was like, you know, who is doing this? You know, I got it, and then bam, no, it was just so, it had so many plots in here, and it just really make you angry, and just, yeah, it just makes you angry, really. So I really enjoyed that book. It's very, just makes, like, it just puts you in the zone where you're just like, dang, like, it's really a mix of Get Out. Yeah, like the same feelings I had with Get Out I had with Ace of Spades. So definitely a top hitter in 2024. Okay, and the cover, I love the cover, by the way. The cover is it. I love the cover. Number 6. Now you guys already know. You probably guys were like waiting, like, okay, girl, like, we're getting really down on the list. Like, what's going on? I'm like, okay. So it's number 6 is the After series. Yes, I was talking about this series the whole year. You guys already probably knew this series was coming on the list. Specifically After We Collided, which is book 2 by Anna Todd. I'm on the Late Show. I know it was a Wattpad sensation, and yes, I never read it when I was reading books on Wattpad. I never read it. So, but I just already knew once you see that little orange icon, you know it's gonna be good. And I thoroughly enjoyed the After series. As you guys know, I have so many videos of me talking about these books I still need to read. So in 2025, my priority books, my must reads for 2025, obviously, is the last 2 books in the series. But yeah, After We Collided, like I said, I think that's probably my favorite book in the series so far. We're used to the character. When you get to book 2, you already know, you know, the characters, you know, their little building history, you know, the plots, the drama, the lies, it's just okay. But you can really feel like the love and through the chaos. Like, is this love going to really withstand this much chaos? It's crazy, and it's like a book you cannot put it down. They are actually so long. The books are very long, but I don't feel like they could be shorter, in my opinion. I actually really do think it's filled with enough drama to keep me on, like, the pages go by fast. So yeah, maybe just a few pages shorter, but honestly I don't really care that they're longer because it's filled with so much drama and so much spice, and I just eat these books up, love them to death. So yeah, I feel like, what I'm saying, like if it's gonna be a romance book that's like past, I would say 200 pages, it needs to have some drama, it needs to be filled with actual chaos that will keep me going, okay? And the after series does that, so don't be afraid by the page count, because you will see that it goes by really fast. Number 7, we have The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. When I saw this book in my library, all the way I like had to contain my excitement, like I just wanted to scream from the rooftops. I was so excited because this is a new release. It was in perfect condition. The way I snatched that book out off the bookshelf, child, please, I was so excited. It's such a beautiful cover. My library had it where the sprayed edges were black. I was like, oh my gosh, this was so freaking beautiful. Like the all black, the reflective of the gold, like I can just see it now. It was perfect. Oh yeah, and the reason why I'm not like holding a lot of the books, I'm a library girly, so a lot of the books, I had to return. So yes, I read them on my Kindle. But anyways, I will put a picture of me with the books, and yeah, but I just wanted to make that clear. But yes, I've enjoyed Leigh Bardugo. What Miss Leigh Bardugo is good at is giving you really good main male characters that you just swoon over. Okay, they just have like this darkness about them, and that I truly love. Okay, I just truly love. The Familiar reminded me of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, in a way, because you have like that historical gothic vibe, and it just has a little bit of magic, a little bit of gothic darkness in it, and I just ate it up, obviously. I love the Scorpion. First of all, I'm a Scorpio, so I kind of was a little biased, but I love the Scorpion, and yes, it was good. Very magical. I could probably reread that again if I'm not into rereading, but if I had, if I were, that's probably one book I would reread, because I can't really remember everything, but I remember the feelings that I got from the book. I remember the major parts, but yeah, that was a good book, and definitely reading it in like October, it fits the vibes, and then like at night with the stars, it's just perfect. Anyways, number 8, we have 7 Days in June by Miss Tia Williams, and this was my first book by Tia Williams, and it did not disappoint. I read it in June, which was pretty cool, and I enjoyed it, and I liked kind of the edginess of it. The more it had some like trauma, like the characters had a bunch of trauma. It was kind of it was a second chance romance, and I'm not a big fan of second chance romances, but I really enjoyed 7 Days in June. I like how they kind of they use their communication through their books of their writings, and I thought that was so romantic. I love when the books have characters that are authors or that are readers. I just can really connect with the characters even more, so that was the case with 7 Days of June. And yeah, you can feel the deep love with the characters, but they had like this block between them, like that was making them where they couldn't be together. So I really enjoyed it. I did. And I also liked the story that the main character was writing. Like, it was about a vampire and riches. I thought that was so cool. Like, I was like, yeah. So it was like a story within a story, because we were getting to know what book she was writing. Chef Kiss. And it was like about vampires and stuff like that. Number 9, we have Out by Nasuo Carino. That book was crazy. Okay, that book was literally insane. That's another book that I would like to see as a movie. When I tell you how gory it was, how gory and unhinged those characters were. Like, if you like, I don't even know how to compare it to something, but the Asian, yeah, the K-dramas, but yeah, it is just no limits. It's just, they're cold-blooded, the murders, just very gory. Really watch your trigger warnings with that one, but it just stays with me. I enjoyed it. I tried to predict stuff, and it was not going that way. I said, hold up now, you just tricked me, okay? And it just, if a book was spiral out of control, that Out will be that book, okay? Because it just spirals out of control. One thing leads to another, and then we get different perspectives. So we have information that the other characters don't have, and it's just like, okay, where are we gonna lead? How is this gonna work out? It just makes you really scared. Like, I was really scared for these characters. Very scary. Very just, ooh, very gory. 10, we have Dear Vicky by V. Octavia Grant. Yes. It literally has me afraid now to to trust my cashiers at a grocery store, because you never know where it might lead, and that's all I'm going to say. But that book was unhinged. If you like if you like Joe Goldberg from You, then this is the book for you. If you like stalker, unhinged men like I do, then yes, 5 stars, baby. I'm gonna read. I can't wait to read more of Octavia Grant books. She never disappoints. I read The Naughty List, and then I read Highway 52, so I can't wait to read I think it was Work Boss. I don't know. Work Husband, I think. I can't wait to read Work Husband. But anyway, we have number 11, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. What more can I say? You already know Hunger Games is going to be good, period. And that's what it was. I feel like I was in a trance. I can't wait to watch the movie of it. Hopefully, my friend is begging me. My friend Ruby, shout out to Ruby. She's like, Maya, please hurry up and watch the movie. And then this year, 2025, another book is coming out and another movie is coming out. So I'm really, really excited about that. But I mean, 10 out of 10. What more can you say? You already know it's that book, and it was just really good. I'm not a Sanjay hater. I hope I'm saying this a name right, but Sanjay. I'm not a Sanjay hater. My friend Ruby, she's like, oh, I hated him. And I'm like, I see why you hated him, but of course I like interesting characters, so I wouldn't say I hated him. I think he added value to the book, and I like somebody who's down for the cause, even if it may end to your demise. I mean, who knows? But number 12, and I do have questions okay. Number 12, we have The Exes by Brandon Massey, another really good Black author. If you kind of want, this one was very drama filled. I was like, oh, okay, let me get my seatbelt. This was wild. Yeah, if you want a book about a crazy ex that's and their family, the family members were worse. What was worse than the crazy ex, to be honest? They were enabling her behavior, and it was just a hot mess. It really was. It was getting deadly and bloody. Insane. For number 13, I have Restore Me, which is book number 4 in the Shatter Me series by Tarehe Mafi. And I'm really enjoying the Shatter Me series. Mr. Warner, of course. But I also like Kenji. I really like Kenji as well, too. So I'm like, child, it ain't even about, well, I don't want to spoil it, but I really like Kenji as well, and Warner. But Restore Me was chaotic. It was very chaotic. I was like, okay, the gears are turning even faster at this point now, so I can't wait to read the next book. But yeah, Restore Me it had a lot of plots that I didn't really see coming. And if you like X-Men, and if you want a good dystopian kind of vibe, then Shatter Me is for you. I don't really need to convince y'all. Y'all already know Shatter Me is that series. Then number 14, I have Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Reaver. I really enjoyed this. I'm not gonna look at ice cream the same after reading that book. It spoiled ice cream for me. But I'm joking. I still love ice cream, but still, check the ingredients. Check the ingredients. Anyways, I think they were just, I love me a serial killer couple, and the fact that they were both serial killers, down for the ride. Choo choo. Come on out. Number 15, I have Dead as a Doornail by Charlene Harris. This is part of the Suki Stackhouse series, True Blood. So specifically Dead as a Doornail, I felt like that plot line, and we're getting more superpowers getting revealed. So I was like, ooh, okay. I didn't even know this was in the mix. So I was like, yes! So yeah. And I don't want to spoil it, but yeah. 16, we have A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. What more can I say? You guys already know Miss Sarah J. Maas is that girl Lee, and I enjoy Akhtar, Court of Thorns and Roses series so much. I don't care what nobody has to say. That book to me is so magical. It has so many elements of I don't know, just of everything that I love, and it feels like a folk tale, almost like a modern folk tale, and you could just see elements of the Beauty and the Beast, and I just really, really enjoyed the series, and I enjoyed A Court of Wings and Ruin a lot. We're getting more we're getting more of a focus of the side characters, more of a found family. We're getting more secrets, but yeah, we're getting more star power on, you know, Lucian, which is one of my favorite characters besides Rysand, and then like all the other characters as well of the Night Court. Then I have 17 Scarred by Miss Emily McIntyre. I really love the Never After series. I still have to read the Wizard of Oz one. I forgot the name. It hasn't come to me. I think, yeah, I don't know. But the one that's based off the Wizard of Oz. And then I need to read the Little Mermaid one. And then, alright, yeah, so Scarred by Emily McIntyre is based off the Lion King. And she always never disappoints when it comes to a nice spicy romance that's mixed with also a good plot. Like, it's not just spice, it also has plot. Tristan, just smoking hot. Like, she makes the villain characters where you can just be like, oh my gosh, you're just rooting for them the whole way through. And that's why I love the Never After series so much, because we did not know she pretty much turns the villains into like the main character that you want to like root for and you want them to get their happy ending. So yes, I really enjoyed Scarred by Emma McIntyre. I feel like she really embodied the themes of the Lion King, which I really enjoyed, of like the power, you know, betrayal, loyalty. So yeah. 18, I have Survive the Night by Riley Sager, and I'm really starting to get addicted to Riley Sager. I also really enjoyed The Final Girls by him as well. And to Survive the Night, I read it first, and then I was like, Mom, please read it. It's a really good, thrilling book that would like keep you on your toes, and you going, like, when I say this was a wrong turn, this was a wrong turn. When I say this was a crazy ride, literally and figuratively, that's what I mean, because it all just involves around like a crazy car ride, and then it just spirals out of control. But it just makes you wonder like who you can trust. The twists were very interesting, and I was just like, oh, okay, very shocking. And yeah, like, I just felt like I was in that car with these two characters. I really just felt like I was in the car, and I was like scared for my life. Like, girl, what are we going to do? And also, you can really tell that Riley Sager really loves like the arts. He really loves music. You can tell his favorite music, his favorite books, because he intertwines that into the book, and it's just so cool. And you can really tell that he is a person that like loves his hobbies and really likes to geek out about them. Like, that's what I get about him. And yes, and I can't wait to read more books by him. Then I have The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. So this is my first book by Frida McFadden, and y'all, like, when I think about this, it's so hilarious. Like, it just makes me want to laugh. Like, it's a whole knee slapper, because when I was reading this book, I thought I had all the answers. I was like, child, 'cause my mom read this book first, and she was raving about it, like, oh my gosh, it's 5-star. I was like, okay, girl, let me read it, let me see what all the hype is about. And I just was like taking my time. Like, I took so long to finish this book. I was really dragging my feet on it. I was like, I already know what's gonna happen. I already got the plot twist. I already know. Like, you can't trick me. Like, this was too easy in a way. The way Miss Frida McFadden slapped me in the face and was like, girl, you know nothing. I really felt humbled at that moment. The embarrassment that I have is crazy, because I really thought I had all the answers and I knew nothing at all. But that's why I was like dragging my feet on the book. I was like, child, this was gonna happen. Of course, this and that and the third. And I was telling my mom, I was like, child, this is probably gonna get a 3-star. If not, that's me being generous. I'm probably gonna get like a 2 stars. Yes, I was like, I know who did it. Like, what you mean? I even know who the accomplice might be. I know all the answers, and that was not the case. So yeah, if you read this book, like, if you think you're gonna know all the answers, you don't. Then I have 20 Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. Now, this book was on my list forever, and I was like, okay, let me finally read it. And I definitely understand the hype of this book. Like, I can't wait to read book 2. It's already in my Kindle. And yes, like, if you want a book that's really gonna have you gasping all the way to the like last pages, like, I was literally 95%, and then she's gonna hit me with some craziness. I said, hold up now, what? But I was like, okay, I mean, I was already figuring something, because it's like a whole series, but like, still, I was like, dang, Ali, it's gonna have you gasping when you have like the shocking plot twist. It's definitely Gossip Girl vibes, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I really liked I don't want to spoil it, but it was just good. It's really a lot of adorable, memorable moments from that book that I could just like be like, oh my god, that's so adorable, that's so cute, like, man, I'm so jealous. But yeah, but it was very, very toxic as well, and a lot of people probably will be like, I don't know, like, there's a lot of triggers in the book as well. But you can learn a lot from Magnolia Parks from that book. Learn a lot about people, about relationships, having your one true love, even if it's like toxic, and they have a lot of history. Like, the song I think about when I was reading that book was History by One Direction, because that's how that book felt. Yeah, it's like if you have your person, you have your person, but sometimes your person is like very toxic. So it's like, I don't know. But one of my favorite quotes was like, how many loves do we get in a lifetime? And then I said my heart just got ripped out, because that's literally how I felt at like 95% into the book. And I said this book has so many layers and twists, and this book displays just how toxic, beautiful, crazy, confusing, and complex love can be. And this truly was a Gossip Girl London edition. And this book really did surprise me, and it deserves all the hype that it gets. And love can be so complicated. So that's what I say. Can't wait to read book 2. But BJ, he has a lot of flaws, but he also has so many really good qualities as well. So it's very interesting. Then number 21. Oh my gosh, we're nearing the end of the list. That's crazy. So number 21, we have Only for the Weak by Natasha Bishop, and I really enjoyed this book as well. I devoured it. It was really good. I could really relate to the girl. I'm so bad at names, y'all, but I could really relate to the main character. She was wanting to be in the medical field, and she, like, you can tell like how passionate she was. And then the main male character, I liked how he was like a video game designer. I love video games, so it was a lot of. And then the main character loves books. She loves to read. That's like her favorite hobby. So once again, I can relate to the characters very well. The drama here was absolutely insane. Like, I would say don't even read the synopsis. Like, I would say go into the book not blind, like without knowing anything. I think you would have more of an enjoyment, because there's a lot of spoilers, so I wouldn't even read the synopsis in my opinion. I won't go in there blind, but just know that has a lot of like drama. There's a lot of drama. And the ending, I thought the proposal was like super cute. So then we have 22. The Answer Is No by Frederick Bachman. And Frederick Bachman is really becoming one of my favorite authors as well. I've read Anxious People, and I read Anxious People in 2023. And it still sticks with me. Probably still one of my favorite books of all time. The way that he just understands people, and I love his writing style. Like, his writing style is so entertaining. I love how he calls us like dear reader, or like I feel like he just can like connect to us, and I feel like he gives you very memorable characters. Like, they are so unique and diverse with all these different qualities that you can find in yourself as well. Yeah, but The Answer Is No specifically is really cute. It was perfect for to end the year, because of the messages of like being happy and what does happiness mean. And like the main character, he just wanted the little things in life. He's like, I'm happy without people bothering me. I just want to like come home, eat my pad thai, have my video games, and I don't want nobody to bother me. And that's literally my attitude. But he kind of like showed with like the moral of the story was how there's different ways to like be happy, and you still need people. Like, you can't just not have people in your life. And it was just very interesting. But like sometimes you do need that time to make yourself happy. It was just so many good messages, and I really enjoyed it. And it was very funny as well. Like, it just makes you laugh. And like the simplest thing can like turn into this massive situation. And I love that about these books. Then I have 23, Fangirl. This was like my first book of the year, one of my first books of the year of 2024. And I really enjoyed it. I love, I think his name was Levi. He was really cute. There was one part I really liked where he was like so interested in the main character's books, and she's like so passionate about her books and her anime, and she likes to write, and it was so interesting. He was like, tell me about it, and I'm just like, so cute. But I could really relate to her being a college student. She's a college student, and it's perfect for like, I like the graphics in the book, in the graphic novel, so I really enjoyed it. 24, the last book is Tell Me Lies, and this was actually my last book of the year 2024, and I actually owned it, so it was really fun annotating it, and it was on my list to read in 2023, but I didn't get to it, so I was like, I'm definitely going to finish it in 2024, so it was literally my last book of the year, and I had so much fun annotating it. I was like staying up in the wee hours annotating, listening to music, but it was a very, very interesting book. Very wild, very toxic. You will not get your book boyfriend out of this book. You just will not. But in this book is a bunch of different examples of different relationships, of different healthy and toxic relationships in this book. And it's just a thing called life. You're learning, like, it was just very interesting. And then the plot twist, the unforgivable thing, unforgivable thing. When you finally learn what that is, it's just gonna blow your mind. But yeah, Stefan was just, no, not it. Very, very toxic, very chaotic. Just wow. But it was so entertaining to read, and yeah, I can definitely see why now it's like a TV show, I think, on Hulu. But it was so very entertaining. Like, I read it really quickly, and yeah, it's a lot to learn, and it just makes you feel like really empowered, and it makes you really think about your actions in life, and growing up and learning from, I guess, your mistakes. Yeah, learning from your mistakes, learning to forgive, learning to know when to stand up for yourself. It's really very entertaining, very toxic though. If you like drama, I would definitely recommend Tell Me Lies by Carol Lovery. But you guys, that was it. I feel like I did a lot of talking. You can tell I'm not a talker. I don't like to talk that much. But it was very fun. I don't mind talking about the books that I love. And I can't wait to see what books I read this year. I'm going to be telling you guys my my books that are my priority for 2025. I'm gonna get that list together. And yeah, but thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.